Jenny, you have stayed inside your house for a long time recently, haven't you?
Good morning, Patty. Recently, my company has been pushing for us to work from home, and so for a while now I've been working from within our office in the house. However, I'm still going into the office a few times every month for meetings and special projects.
Is that so? So the company you're working for has started to implement a system such as that for all its employees? Well, if that's the case, then you get out of my son's house right now.
Huh?
And by saying that, of course what I mean by that is I want you to divorce my son and leave.
How does me working remotely for my job happen to lead into you wanting me to leave your son?
Well, Jenny, the way that leads into you leaving my son is that I know about how you use that excuse of working remotely as a way to never get any of the chores there done.
Well, the only thing that's changed is that I'm working from my office here at home, but everything besides that has been the same since I've been married to your son.
And I bet the only reason they're having you work from home now is because they have no further use for you, and it'll only be a matter of time before they fire you, right? I mean, I don't blame them considering you were raised in a foster home all your life. How could a parentless child like you amount to anything in that company?
Patty, I think it's better that you refrain from talking about me like that from now on.
Excuse me?
I'm sure that there are people who were raised in foster homes that had a hard time living in this world after being forced out into society. But there are also people like my older friend that I grew up with in that foster home who is now the CEO of a $15 million company. And I also have friends from that foster home who are not lawyers and doctors. And most of them even have a happy family now, with a loving wife or husband and children around them. So please stop trying to say that all foster kids have ended up troubled and without any use to this world.
Right now, I'm not talking about all those other idiots. I'm talking about you, Jenny, and how within the company you are working for, you are the least dependable and will soon be fired because of it. And unfortunately, you found some way to get my son to marry you, and he's now stuck with someone who slacks off from their most important duties. I'm sure that you only married him for his family's money, right? I really would love to have you divorced from him sooner rather than later.
I'd like to get back to my work here soon, so...
But I'll have to wait a little longer for that, I'm sure. At least do this one thing for me by the end of today. That's leaving my son's house. And then from there, I'd like you to start working on divorcing him and being gone from his life forever. My son is my only boy in the family, and I need to make sure that he marries someone far more amazing than you. So, you need to get lost soon.
I'm getting back to work. Goodbye.
Jenny, are you home right now? You should be home working all day today, right?
Oh, I'm still at home getting some work done, George. But I'm on a small lunch break now, so we can chat for a little while.
Is that so? Well, I wanted to ask, if I came back home now, would I be bothering you while you work?
What's happened? Do you have to leave work early? Did you come down with something today that's forcing you to leave work?
Well, wait, this isn't about me coming down with anything today. My manager came up to me today saying that I haven't been using a lot of my time off this year and that it would benefit both me and the company to use it up before the next year begins. And since starting next week, I have more projects that I need to start, we both agreed that today I could use the afternoon off, fully paid, to head home early and use up the time off. I'll be getting tomorrow off as well, fully paid.
Is that so? Well, I'm fine with you coming home now, so don't worry about me and get your butt home.
All right, thank you.
What do you want to do about lunch?
I was just thinking that I'd buy something on the way home to eat. I'd like you to continue working on your work without having to get up to make me anything.
All right.
By the way, did my mom end up saying anything to you today?
Huh?
I'm talking about how she always seems to pick on you.
Right. Today she seemed to be in even more of a fighting mood than times before.
She really never seems to care enough when I tell her to stop messing with you, and that was probably getting in the way of you getting work done. I'm sorry, Jenny. She has to realize that what she's doing to you is not acceptable, right?
You don't have to apologize for her actions. And besides, I'm doing all right after our little chat today.
But even still, it's getting close to 3 months now. There's no denying that she's causing you a lot of stress by messing with you all the time, and that it's only getting worse as time goes on, right?
I'm fine. Well, that's what I'd like to say, but really, Her treating me so poorly has started to cause some issues with me and my job.
At this point, we've really got to start thinking of a way to get her out of your hair for good. My bus is here. When I get home today, make sure to show me all the texts my mom sent to you.
Sure, will do.
If I'm able to change transfer buses quick enough at the station, I should be home in about an hour.
Okay. Have a safe return home today.
I'll do my best. See you this afternoon then.
You freaking useless dog. I just passed by your house a couple of seconds ago, and I saw that you're still sitting in there on your computer. I could have sworn that I told you earlier today to get the hell out of that house, right?
I'm in the middle of work right now.
Your company's getting ready to fire you, so you have no reason to talk to me about getting any actual work done. And I know for a fact that you're only using that title of being a remote worker as a way to slack off. Seriously, you are a freaking waste of my son's time. Not only do you have zero common sense, but you can't even do your job well enough to stay within that mediocre company. George has been saying to me that I need to treat you with the respect he thinks you deserve, but I'm not buying it. All you've done is brainwashed him into thinking that you're worth something, and that's how you got him to marry you. Well, it's not going to happen any longer. Divorce my son right now.
Patty, I've noticed you always happen to text me around this time every weekday, right?
And so what?
Could this mean that you choose to talk to me only during this time every day because you expect that your son is at work and can't do anything to stop you?
Well, you might be onto something there. Actually, you are 100% correct about that. But this is all for the sake of my son. I have to protect him from you, and that means waiting for him to be busy with his work to start my plans of attack and making sure you go away. Having to think that such a useless dog is my son's wife. I am not the kind of mother that is going to let you continue taking advantage of my son, all in order to get my family's money.
Are you finished saying everything you've wanted to tell me?
Oh, I have so much more that I'd like to say to you. I'm going to keep tearing into you until you leave my son and run away from me.
So you're going to continue with this even though your son is sitting right next to me now?
Huh?
This all happened just a little bit ago, but he was allowed to take the rest of today and tomorrow off from work. And he only arrived home just a few minutes ago.
So you were telling me that George is there with you right now?
Yep.
And he's sitting with you looking at all the things I've said to you?
Yep. And I really need to end things here so that I can get back to my work. So from now on, you're going to have to go through him if you have anything else to say to me today. Now I'll be going.
Well, if that's the case, then that's completely fine with me. Really, I didn't want for him to have to see everything I'd said to you today. But if he has seen everything already, then that makes my job of explaining things to him a whole lot smoother.
Mom?
George. Come on now. If you were finally going to take the chance to get a day off work, you should have come back home to me to hang out for a little while. I'm sure that it's pretty boring having to hang around that house all day with a useless dog like her, right? That's right. How about tonight you and I go out for some steaks? And I'll make sure to get us a reservation at one of those high-end steakhouses. It's been almost 5 years now since your father passed away, so it'll be nice to have a steak again since we haven't eaten steak together since that day.
I'm sorry, Mom, but I'm not in the mood to go out for a steak tonight. I'm actually quite pissed at you.
Huh?
Stop trying to act like what you've been doing is okay.
George, what's happened to you?
When did I ever say that I wanted to get a divorce from Jenny? And the fact that you've been speaking so poorly of your own son's wife is good reason for me to want to punch you in the face right now. Did you actually think that I'd let you continue with that crap without stepping in?
What are you talking about? Come on now. Talk about what's all going on right now very carefully. You are a graduate from a very highly sought-after university. And you are on the path to becoming an elite in the working world. But unlike you, your wife right now is nothing more than a lost cause from a foster home who does nothing but work as an office lady. No matter how hard you try to make it look possible, the two of you are not meant to be married.
Mom, did we not tell you this yet? Jenny is from the same university as I am.
Huh?
And not only that, but she was able to get into that university with the full ride scholarship. And as for what she does for work right now, let's just say that the company isn't as well known as the one I'm working for, but her income is higher than mine.
Huh? That useless dog. How the hell does she... You guys can't just hide things like that from me. Especially when it's been so long since you both got married and she became a part of my family.
You can act like we were trying to hide this from you all you want, but her and I graduated in the same class, and we can show you proof she's in fact better than me in some ways. Heck, I'd even be willing to show you our pay stubs, so you can see with your own very eyes that we aren't playing.
Are you serious? You're telling me that parentless foster child...
We have told you plenty of times before that it's not okay to judge someone just based off their past life when they were a child. If you understand everything I've told you, I'd like for you to apologize to Jenny when she's done with work today, and it better come from your heart.
Jenny, I'm assuming that you're finished with work by now?
That's right. I just finished up and turned off my computer a second ago.
I heard a lot of things from George earlier today, just after lunch. So you actually did end up graduating from university after all. And not just from any university, but from the same one as George? Why were you hiding all of that from me?
What?
All of that information would have been really helpful to me had you told me a lot sooner. Especially since without that very important piece of information, all you are is a useless foster child that is about to be fired from a company that has no use for her. I needed to know that you were a university graduate because that would have changed the way I spoke to you before.
Did I not tell you all about my education back when I first met you in person? I explained that we met each other because we went to the same university together, and that's why we're together now.
Huh? You mentioned that to me before?
Well, I can see that even if you did know about that before, somewhere along the way you got confused and started to think differently about me.
That's right. But even if you came from the same university as my son, there are still plenty of other things wrong with you. You still ended up growing up with no parents and in a foster home. So, to make up for you having that unfortunate part of your past haunting my family, I'd like for you to start paying me $1,000 every month.
$1,000?
If you are able to promise me that you'll send me $1,000 a month for the rest of my life, then I'll allow you to stay married to George.
Really?
I know about how you're making more money than my son is right now. Allow me to be frank about this. A woman that makes more than her husband is not viewed as a good thing in this world. But if I were to ask you to quit your job right now, George would keep coming after me, saying I'm bullying you or something, right? So to make it seem as though you're not making as much money as you say, I'd like you to pay me $1,000 a month, and I'll promise to leave you alone.
What?
However, in order for me to keep my end of the promise, you have to promise that you'll never tell my son about any of this deal we'll make. So if you'd like to continue to be the wife of my elite son, you listen to everything I've just said and do it. That should be okay with you, right? Pick up the dang phone, Jenny. I've noticed that you still haven't put that $1,000 into my account. And so I came all the way to your place to tell you to your face to give me that money. But why is there a lock on the door and a sign saying the place is for sale?
That's because after moving out of that house, the realtor has come to start cleaning the place up a bit more to start showcasing it to people looking into the place.
You guys moved out? Why did you move?
If you don't know what the reason is for that yet, try asking your son. Goodbye.
George, why the hell did you move out of that place? You haven't even told me the new address that you guys have.
That's because I've cut ties to you, Mom.
Huh?
Did I not tell you about a month ago to apologize to my wife when we last spoke about what you did to her? Because looking back into our text history, I did say that, and you replied to me meaning that you read that text. But for some unknown reason to me, you going to apologize to her, turning into you threatening her to pay you $1,000 a month.
Wait. Did that witch talk to you about all of that? I told her to keep her mouth shut about it, so as part of the deal. Her not even being able to uphold that end of the promise is why foster children like her are useless.
The reason why I know about what you said to her is because as she was texting you then, I was looking over her shoulder.
Huh?
And when she finished texting you, she turned to me and I told her that it was over. That from now on, her and I would no longer be a part of your family.
That's...
And I'll leave you with this as a warning. Trying to come and find us at our offices isn't going to be possible for you. I told my boss about the current situation, and he was kind enough to allow me to move to a different office away from you. And the same thing goes for Jenny and her job. Well, it's not like her office mattered to you, though, because you never even knew where she was working in the first place, or what company she worked for.
Wait, what am I going to do now, though?
I don't care.
What?
For the past 2 years now, you've been getting Social Security, right? And you've been working part-time for a while now as well, right? There's also that money left over from Dad that you said you'd never touch after he passed away.
Well, about that last part.
So you should be all right then, right? Now, goodbye, forever.
Wait a moment, George. I quit that part-time job. And as for all that money your dad left for me, I've used it all up.
When talking about that last part, where Patty told her son that she had quit her job and was without any more money, that really surprised the both of us. Considering that after her husband passed, she should have been left with around $80,000 and still be receiving a decent Social Security. George and I just looked at each other after reading that and sighed. Apparently, she had spent all of that money without putting much thought into what to do after it was gone, besides hoping that she could rely on her son to support her. But when she found out how much I was making, decided that it'd be better to just have me pay her a little each month in return for not bullying me anymore. After both George and I had agreed that we'd cut ties with her and never see her again, we made sure to explain to all of his family before telling her. And since they all agreed that what we were doing was necessary, they told us that they'd figure out something for her since she no longer had enough money to support herself. In other words, that meant them all introducing her to a job working on a production line. So as of right now, she's out there working every day within that factory, making minimum wage that is barely enough to keep her in our house and keep all the lights on there. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
I won't put up with it anymore. I'm taking you to court. Excuse me? What is this all of a sudden? And who even are you? Who am I? You don't remember me? You always were a joke of a woman. Nina! It's Nina, you idiot! Nina? Oh, that Nina? You mean the Nina who got her claws into my husband 2 years back? You really were a busy girl. How is Barry anyway? Did you two get married? Oh, please. Me and him broke up way back. Anyway, I'm sick and tired of your harassment, and I won't take it anymore. I'm taking you to court. What? My harassment? What do you mean by that? Didn't the whole thing of you stealing my husband off me happen 2 years ago? I thought we moved on. Why are you messaging me now when I haven't had anything to do with either of you for 2 years? Don't play dumb with me. Do you have any idea how much of a mess my life is because of the money you stole from me? My parents disown me, and there isn't a single person I can rely on. All because of you. I suffered so much these 2 years because of you. It's pretty disgraceful of you to claim that I stole money from you. All I did was claim the compensation I was legally entitled to when you had an affair with my husband. Whether that made your life difficult, or whether it led to your parents disowning you, isn't my problem in the slightest. It's all your fault. Even now, I can still hear your angry voice yelling at me during the divorce trial. It plays over and over in my head, and I can't even sleep at night because of you. You traumatized me. You caused me mental distress. That gives me more than enough grounds to take you to court. The problem is, Nina, I didn't shout at you at all during the trial, did I? The woman responsible for most of the yelling was your own mother, wasn't it, Nina? If that's your only court reason, wouldn't it make more sense to take your mom to court? That's not the only reason. I got dumped by my new boyfriend just the other day because you went running your mouth behind my back and told him I had an affair with your husband. It was you who told him, wasn't it? I know it was. I just know it. I don't know anything about that. How would I know what your boyfriend looks like or who he is? I don't even know where you live. I know virtually nothing about you these days. But I know you were involved somehow. You were probably pulling strings from behind the scenes. That's why I'm taking you to court. My life is ruined. I'm being eternally persecuted just because I had an affair with your husband that one time. Ugh, you'll pay for this. This is ridiculous. Do you have any evidence for this supposed harassment? I'm sure it'll start showing up as soon as I start digging. Want to know why? Because I hired a lawyer. A lawyer? Is there any lawyer crazy enough to give an absurd claim like this the time of day? Forget imaginary friends. You've got an imaginary lawyer? He's real. Just you wait. I'll have him contact you directly. You're going to regret this real soon. Add the QR code I'm about to send you to your contacts. Got it. At least if he's a lawyer, I should be able to have a reasonable discussion with him.
Hello. Is this the phone number of a Miss Lily James?
Hello? Yes, that's me. Are you Nina's lawyer?
That's right. My name is Mr. Jerry Williams, and I am, as you say, a lawyer. Nina, my client, requested I contacted you as her representative. Regarding the matter of the compensation she will be charging you due to the emotional distress you caused her.
But she was the one who had an affair with my husband in the first place. I requested compensation from her because she had an affair with my husband, which she paid me in full. If, as a result of that, she went bankrupt or got disowned by her parents, or got dumped by her new boyfriend when he found out about her past misdeeds, I mean, that has nothing to do with me, and is in fact entirely her own fault, is it not?
However, the problem here, Miss James, is that just because Nina may have had an affair with your husband does not justify you harassing her or taking her money. Nor does it justify you ruining her life, causing her undue emotional distress and anguish after all court matters had been settled. To speak frankly, I am of the opinion that you took things a little too far.
As I just told you, she stole my husband. They had an affair behind my back, you know? That gives me the legal right to make accusations in a court of law, and it gives me the right to sue for damages. These are my rights as a free citizen of this country. Whatever happened to her after that has nothing to do with me and isn't my problem.
That's where you're mistaken, Miss James. You are the cause of all of my client's problems. Nina is the one who suffers mental distress even to this day as a result of your actions. As such, as compensation for inflicting said mental distress, my client requests you pay her the sum of $30,000 in compensation.
$30,000? That's over twice the compensation I claimed from her.
Miss James, please think for a moment about the magnitude of the emotional distress you have inflicted upon my client. If you refuse to pay the compensation, we intend to take you to court.
Take me to court? You've got to be joking. What if the court rejects your compensation claim too?
In that case, we intend to invoke compulsory seizure. Are you familiar with the term compulsory seizure, Miss James? It refers to the process by which your funds and assets will be legally seized until the claimant receives the sum of the compensation owed. This includes things like your house, car, salary, as well as any other assets.
What? You're going to invoke compulsory seizure if the court rejects your claim? That's impossible.
It certainly is not impossible. If you force our hand, we are absolutely prepared to do it. Well then, what'll it be? Will you pay the compensation, or shall we go to court? Or would you rather have your funds and assets seized?
Well, you see, the thing is... You know what? I'm sorry. I can't take it anymore. I'm so sorry. I can't hold back my laughter anymore.
Excuse me?
Do you seriously think you can sue me for $30,000 just because Nina got dumped by her boyfriend? Not just that, but you actually think you can take me to court or have my assets seized if I don't pay up? Finally, you think you can invoke compulsory seizure after your case gets rejected by the court? Have you lost your mind? You know, it really is quite strange how unfamiliar with the law you seem to be despite being a lawyer. This is one of the most laughable things I've ever heard.
Excuse me? Are you insulting me, Lily? I mean, Miss James? I take it this means you're fine with us taking you to court. You should know that all necessary preparations have already been made.
Go ahead. Let's go to court. Show me what you've got.
Excuse me? Do you have any idea how serious the things you're saying right now are? This means entering a court of law, Miss James. A court of law!
Yeah, I know what it means. Actually, I think I'd rather it if we did go to court. It is my area of expertise, after all.
Huh? Your area of expertise?
Oh, do forgive me. I forgot to tell you. I'm a lawyer.
Huh?
Did you say something about taking me to court? I'm ready. Let's go. I'm eagerly waiting for you to file your claim.
No, hold on a minute. Are you lying? You're a lawyer?
That's right. I'm a lawyer by trade. Didn't Nina tell you?
What? You're lying, right? Seriously? No, you've got to be lying. There's no way.
It's the truth. In any case, you can always look me up on the American Bar Association website. Go on, give it a try. Lily James. My name will show up, I assure you.
What? You're seriously a lawyer? No way.
By the way, your name was Jerry Williams, wasn't it? Would you mind giving me your registration number?
No way. Excuse me? My registration number?
Your lawyer registration number? You are a lawyer after all, so you definitely have one, right? I think I'd like to look you up on the American Bar Association website. So if you don't mind giving me your full name, the legal firm you're registered with, and your lawyer registration number, that'd be perfect.
No. I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm not obliged to share my personal information with you.
Personal information? Are you joking? It's publicly available information that anyone can see if they look you up.
No, but why do I have to give you it?
I never thought I'd see the day where I'd have to explain this kind of thing to a fellow lawyer. But to falsely claim to be or impersonate a lawyer is a criminal offense in violation of Article 72 of the Lawyers Act. You could be charged with fraud. In some cases, tens of thousands of dollars in fines are imposed.
Tens of thousands of dollars? Wait, you're serious?
Yes, I'm serious. So please, I'd really like to confirm whether you are in fact a lawyer. Because if you're just claiming to be one, you could be in a lot of trouble. Registration number, please.
Wait. No. I'm sorry. This has all been a mistake. All of it. I'm really sorry.
Excuse me? You're sorry? This has all been a mistake? What exactly do you mean by that? Mr. Williams?
I'm so sorry. I made a huge mistake. I'm not really a lawyer. I'm really, really sorry. Please forgive me.
I did kind of already know. Your whole act was full of holes from start to finish. So, that begs the question. Who are you really, and what do you want?
I'm Nina's little brother. I'm a college student. My sister asked me to pretend to be a lawyer and demand compensation from you under the threat of being taken to court. Because you've been harassing her. She said if I did it, she'd give me $750.
Ah, so that's why you're pretending to be a lawyer and demanding I pay her compensation. Did you know that what you were doing is illegal? Do you know that if I reported this to your college, it would go well beyond just a stern warning?
I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Please don't talk to my college, please! I'll never do anything like this again! Will you forgive me? I'm begging you!
Are both you and your sister complete morons? Words can't convey how disgusted I am with you. That said, you do seem remorseful. Which is why, if you promise that neither you or your sister will ever attempt to contact me again, I'm willing to overlook this little stunt you tried to pull today. Let me make one thing clear, though. I do not forgive you. If you were dealing with anyone but me, you'd have been reported to the police in a heartbeat and paid grave consequences. Both of you were in the process of committing a serious crime. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. Thank you. I genuinely am sorry. I'm not just saying it. Thank you so much.
Make sure to pass the message on to your sister too, okay? Tell her, if anything like this ever happens again, someone will be taken to court, and it won't be me. Immediately after that, Nina messaged me with a desperate, groveling apology. But I just turned off my notifications and ignored her. The next day, I phoned her mom and explained to her what her children had attempted to do, after which they received a severe telling off. This time, I decided not to take them to court for impersonating a lawyer. But I made it abundantly clear that if they ever tried to pull anything like that again, they wouldn't be so lucky next time, and hefty fines would be paid. When I did, Nina's mom immediately began apologizing profusely. I'm so sorry for the trouble my kids caused you. This will never happen again, I promise. She was absolutely furious. So then, Nina and her brother were summoned to their parents' house, where they both suffered in the telling off of the century. They were then forced to remain at their parents' house, where they were surveilled closely until their mom and dad were satisfied that they were sorry and would change their ways. On top of that, to ensure they could never contact me again, both of their phones were confiscated and their contracts terminated. If they do ever foolishly decide to contact me in spite of that, I'm more than ready to take forceful legal measures and won't show an ounce of mercy. In the event that Nina does ever pick a fight with me again, I'm ready to use all the legal knowledge and resources at my disposal to put them in their place once and for all. Which is why I printed off all the chat logs from this pathetic little stunt of theirs and have them saved away on my computer, just in case that day comes. That said, to be honest, I don't think that even a grade A dimwit like Nina would be stupid enough to threaten to take me to court again.